Have you ever wondered why crossroads have been associated with making pacts with the devil?
Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
What are the origins? Where did it come from?
Your soul, you going down, all the way down.
That's what we're going to be looking into today. So let's begin. Crossroads, those intersections of roads where paths meet, have held a special place in the human imagination for centuries. They're not just about choosing your next turn. They're steeped in symbolism and mystery. Now let's talk about one of the most intriguing aspects of Crossroads legends, the association with making pacts with the devil. The idea of making pacts with supernatural beings date back to ancient folklore.
Eternal damnation! Condemned to die! Condemned to die!
Faust is a two-part dramatic work by the German writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and it's often considered one of the greatest achievements in world literature. The first part, often referred to as Faust Part 1, was published in 1808, and the second part, Faust Part 2, was completed shortly before Goethe's death in 1831, and it was published after his death. The story of Faust is a classical tale of a man's quest for knowledge and the price he is willing to pay for it. It centers around the character, Faust, a disillusioned scholar who is dissatisfied with his life and seeks something more profound. In his quest for knowledge, Faust makes a pact with the devil, often represented as the demon Mephistopheles, in exchange for unlimited worldly pleasures and the fulfillment of his intellectual desires. This pact sets in motion a series of events that explores the human condition, morality, and the consequences of unchecked ambition. The character of Mephistopheles, the devil, is a complex and intriguing figure. He's not the stereotypical malevolent demon, but rather a cunning and seductive tempter who challenges Faust's moralities and values. The myth of making a pact with the devil at a crossroads for musical talent is deeply ingrained in the folklore of the American South, particularly in the world of blues music. This legend has been passed down through generations and has become an integral part of the blues tradition. The key elements of this legend typically revolve around a talented but struggling musician who feels they've hit a creative or skillful plateau. Frustrated and desperate, they venture to a lonely crossroads at the witching hour, often midnight. There they encounter a mysterious figure, sometimes described as a tall man with a guitar, who is probably none other than the devil himself. Now, in exchange for the musician's soul, the devil grants them extraordinary musical prowess. The musician returns from the crossroads with newfound abilities, becoming a virtuoso on their instrument, especially the guitar, and composing soulful and captivating songs. The cost, of course, is the eventual forfeiture of their soul. One of the most famous and enduring tales within this legend involves Robert Johnson, an iconic figure in the history of the blues. He was born in Mississippi in 1911, and his life was filled with hardship and struggle. He was an up-and-coming musician, traveling throughout the Mississippi Delta, playing at juke joints, and trying to make a name for himself. The story goes that Johnson, seeking to become a masterful guitarist and songwriter, made his pact with the devil at a crossroads in Clarksdale, Mississippi. In exchange for mastery of this instrument, the musician was willing to sell his soul to the devil. The guitarist stood at the crossroads and played his instrument until Satan arrived in the form of a black African-American male. The musician presented his instrument to the mysterious stranger, who tuned it, played some chords, and handed it back to its owner. A musical covenant had been reached, and the guitarist now possessed the ability to play any tune he desired. However, his soul belonged to Satan after this encounter.
Very well.
How'd you do that?
They're very good hands.
His musical abilities seemed to undergo a supernatural transformation. His guitar playing became unbelievably proficient, and his lyrics delved into themes of love, loss, and the human condition with profound depth and emotion. Robert Johnson's recordings, such as Crossroads Blues and Hellhound on My Trail, remains influential and celebrated in the blues genre. His music has had a lasting impact on countless artists who followed in his footsteps, including rock legends like Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones. There are many reported ways people were getting this type of thing done. In popular depictions of the crossroads, the individual seeking to make a pact with a demon typically chooses a crossroads as the location for the ritual. Crossroads are seen as liminal spaces where different paths intersect, symbolizing choices and transitions. And the encounter with the demon typically takes place at midnight. This timing is chosen for its association with the supernatural, darkness, and the unknown. A bit like the 3 a.m. witching hour in this aspect, the person may draw specific symbols, circles, or other protective marks on the ground at the crossroads. These markings serve as barriers to protect the individual from the supernatural forces they are summoning, and the individual often recites incantations or chants to summon a demon to perform the deal. Now, offerings are an integral part of the ritual. The individual presents items or gifts to the demon as a sign of their commitment and as part of the negotiation. The specific offerings can vary but may include valuable possessions, personal items, or symbolic objects. A negotiation is initiated between the individual and the demon.
Oh, that'll do just fine.
The negotiation typically includes the person offering their soul or something of great value in exchange for the desired talent, knowledge, or wish. The demon setting the terms and conditions of the pact, which may include specific deeds or tasks the person must perform in the future. In stories like Ghost Rider, his duties was to be on the beck and call of the demon Mephistopheles whenever he needed him.
Hello, Johnny. Stay away from me. A little late for that. It's like watching an investment that keeps growing and growing until the day you cash it in. That day's today, Johnny. Find the one known as Blackheart and destroy him. Find him yourself. It doesn't work like that. You're under contract, remember?
In Haitian Voodoo, crossroads hold a special place as locations where spirits, particularly Papa Leba, act as intermediaries between the mortal realm and the supernatural. These spirits are believed to control access to the spirit worlds and play a crucial role in granting or denying passage to other spirits and energies. To gain the favor of these spirits and ensure smooth communication between the human and spirit realms, offerings are made at crossroads. This can include keys, coins, and even cornmeal. I can see the similarities between the stories already. The Crossroads legend have been said to receive most of its roots from Haitian or African culture, and eventually made its way to the American jazz blues scene. But it seems making pacts with supernatural beings at Crossroads is a common theme, rang throughout human history. Makes you wonder if there's something really to this. In ancient Greek mythology, Hecate is a multifaceted goddess associated with Crossroads and often depicted as a triple-headed deity, symbolizing her dominion over various realms and aspects of life. She's known as a powerful figure in the worlds of magic, witchcraft, and mystical arts. Now, her presence is intimately tied to liminal spaces, which are the thresholds between different states of being and worlds. Crossroads, by their very nature, are representations of these liminal spaces, as they mark the juncture where paths diverge and choices must be made. Another ancient connection to the mysteries of the Crossroads and its connections to life-changing meetings with supernatural beings. I wonder if this intersection of roads, this symbol, has anything to do with the Ankh of ancient Egypt or the cross in Christianity. There might be a connection. In Slavic folklore, the character of Baba Yaga is associated with Crossroads. Baba Yaga is a complex and enigmatic figure. She is often depicted as a witch-like character who lives in a hut that stands atop chicken legs. Her hut is situated at a crossroads where paths lead in various directions. This journey typically involves traversing a dense forest, crossing a treacherous swamp, and finally reaching the crossroads where Baba Yaga's house is located. Now, the journey to Baba Yaga's hut represents a transformative experience where the hero or seeker undergoes trials and tests, gaining wisdom and knowledge along the way, where if they succeed, they can meet the Baba Yaga at the intersection. Those who dare to approach Baba Yaga at the crossroads often do so with specific goals in mind. These goals can include seeking wisdom and knowledge and acquiring valuable gifts. However, these gifts from Baba Yaga are not freely given. They come with conditions and challenges that test the seeker's character and intention. For example, in one tale, a young hero seeks the gift of fire from Baba Yaga. The hero, who was guided by the advice of another magical being, approaches Baba Yaga's hut and requests fire. Baba Yaga agrees, but only on the condition that the hero must complete several seemingly impossible tasks, including sorting grains and collecting wood. And in another story, a story of transformation, a character seeks Baba Yaga's help to become more powerful and gain the ability to shapeshift. Baba Yaga agrees, but tasks the character with returning to her when called upon, no questions asked. Very similar to the legends regarding answering your master's call when beckoned. While doing research for this topic, I didn't realize that Baba Yaga was who the twin Rover sisters from The Legend of Zelda was based off of. Specifically from the game Majora's Mask, the description of the Baba Yaga's house in the woods at a crossroads and on chicken legs, only being able to reach her by going through a dense forest, dangerous swamps, and many other challenges, it's almost exactly perfectly represented in Kwame, the sister who lives in the woods and brews you potions in return for favors. I think that's cool. Crossroad legends, whether in Haitian Voodoo, ancient Greek or Slavic folklore, have plenty in common when it comes to the meeting with a supernatural being. This has occurred in too many traditions, like the cross is the only shape we know or something. So in the end, the legends of Crossroads and making pacts with the devil continue to captivate us.
Lou, what took you so long?
Reminding us of the complex moral and ethical questions about the pursuit of power, the consequences of our choices, and the enduring allure of the supernatural. So thank you again everyone for staying this long in the video. Your boy made it past 1,000 subs. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe on what you guys think I should cover next, and be safe everyone.
How pliant is this Mephistopheles, full of obedience and humility, such is the force of magic and my spells. Now, Faustus, art thou conjurer laureate that canst command great Mephistopheles?
Now, Faustus, what wouldst thou have me do?